What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mo. This is my channel, Mo Nation. So thank you for tuning in again. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a diamond package, and as y'all can see, I actually had some help this time, that's my fiance in the video doing the door panel. So it did go pretty smooth, and it is easier when you do have help. So while I was steam cleaning, she was doing like a lot of the wiping down on the other side. And if she needed to use the steamer, then she would use the steamer and vice versa. So she's using some all-purpose cleaner, which is Pink Perfection. I dilute that 10-to-1. Now, a lot of people ask me, why haven't I added anybody? And there's multiple reasons why. It's pretty much just me who do the details. And I'm gonna go into that discussion in a few. So I'm gonna give y'all some personal things about me that kind of affects the reason why I haven't added anybody yet. So at this moment, I take care of all my phone calls. I take care of all my text messages. Anything that comes through the email, I send out text messages. I take care of my website, which a lot of people are surprised about, but my website I did all by myself. Same thing with my equipment inside the van. I did all that. So I do everything when it comes to Mo's Mobile Detailing. And I'm getting to the point to where I want my business to grow, and I really believe in not getting comfortable. And I don't want to get stuck in one place. And I know in order for my business to grow to the level that I want it to, or to the point to where I'm not physically out there doing the detailing myself all the time, eventually I have to add on somebody or start adding on people. And so eventually I'm going to figure out a way to be able to pay these people or pay a person to come out with me. So having my fiance, which she worked for free, having her come with me helps me kind of get an idea of what it would be like to have somebody else come with me. And it also helps me to become a better leader. So that's just something I've always struggled with. I've never been a leader and I've never been a follower. I've always did my own thing. So no matter what it was, school, whatever, I've always just liked to do my own thing. And I think it's just the fact that I just don't want nobody counting on me. So if I fail on my own type of thing. And I know with this, I have to develop that skill of being a better leader. And then also just understanding that when I do start bringing somebody with me, they're not gonna know everything that I know. They're not gonna do everything the way that I do things. And I have to be able to set that standard of how I want things to be, but to understand that they probably won't get it the way that I would, I guess you could say in the best way. So with my fiance, she doesn't really know, she knows kind of what she's doing, but not all the way. There's just small little things here and there that I would notice. And sometimes I would get mad. I'm like, hey, don't do this, this, and this. But I also have to understand it's like, I can't get mad because I actually haven't showed her, okay, these are the towels for this. This is how you do this. So with her coming with me this time, I took my time out to kind of like, hey, let me show you how to do this real quick. Do this way and all that, in order for me to kind of, like I said, be a better leader for when I do decide to bring somebody else on. So in this particular video right here, she's actually conditioning the seats while I am doing the shampoo part of things, which went so smooth, I can't even complain about it. What I'm using is leather lotion from Superior Products. And then for conditioning the door panels, I'm using Aqua Gloss diluted 1-to-1. So one thing I have noticed is, obviously I told y'all that my van is only set up for me. So being that she's a lot shorter than me, she does have a little trouble reaching for things. Another thing is, like y'all see, we sharing the bucket. If I brought along another person, I would have to get more buckets and stuff. Just more buckets, more brushes and all that stuff for when we're doing cars and the exterior of cars and stuff. So that's one thing. Honestly, I never thought about that until she started coming with me, and I was like, dang, I need to get some extra buckets or whatever. So right here, what she's doing is she's rinsing the car off. While she's rinsing it off, I'm spraying the inside of the wheel with some wheel acid, and then I'm scrubbing it. And then what I did was I just told her I was just gonna call her, and she'll come and rinse it off whenever I'm finished scrubbing it down. And that worked really great. So while she's rinsing it off, I moved on to the next one. And by the time she's finished rinsing that one off, I'll be finished with the next one. And then it's just the same process. And then once I get to the last tire on the other side, what I did was I went ahead and I sprayed for the bugs. And by the time she was finished rinsing that last tire off, she went ahead and rinsed off the bugs and stuff as well. So one thing I've always was taught was, pick up as you go. So I try to keep all my equipment organized, somewhat organized. As y'all can see, I have it all to the side, all neat and everything. So a lot of times if I'm by myself, what I do is I just put the equipment up. So I'll put it back inside the van and anchor it back down and all that good stuff. So I have forgot to let her know that the head or whatever of my gun was actually kind of messed up. And it's just little things like that, y'all. So I know about it, but she didn't know about it because she doesn't come with me. So little things like that I have to keep in mind, like to remind people like, hey, oh, this is messed up, just, use it like this. So when she went to go use it, it kind of wanted to kind of pop off a little bit. I mean, it didn't, but it kind of was leaking all over the place. But yeah, that's just something. I just got to go buy a new pressure washer head or whatever you call it. Now, the wash process was a lot faster, obviously, because we got two people. She did one side, I did the other side, and then I did the very top because she can't reach it. And she also don't feel comfortable climbing that little ladder thing that I have, so which is perfectly fine with me. So, but it still went by pretty fast. Now, one thing I should have did was kept the same process when it came to clay bar. Let her clay bar one side, I clay bar the other side, and do the top of it. But for some reason, I don't know why I came on this side and clay barred, and she just kind of went to the next door panel, and then we just kept doing it like that. But honestly, bringing somebody along to see, you have to be productive, I guess you could say. So make sure you moving productive and efficiently with the second person. So there's just some things that I would change if I could, but it is what it is. So while she's applying the sealant to the whole car, I went ahead and I did the wet sanding on these scratches. Now, the customer didn't tell me anything about these scratches when I first booked them in. They waited until I got there, and they were kind of asking for extra stuff. And it wasn't until they asked for this that I said, okay, hey, it's gonna be $50 extra, because I already knew that just a simple compound and polish wasn't gonna take it out. So a lot of times I do a little extra for a lot of the clients, and when I do extra, it has to make sense to me. So it has to fall in line with something that I'm already doing. So like I don't include the seat belts, but at a certain price point, hey, if the seat belts are dirty, I'm gonna hit those seat belts for you. But when it comes to like doing scratch removals and stuff like that, I don't use a polisher whenever I'm applying a sealant or anything with my wash and wax. Only time I use a polisher is if I'm doing a paint enhancement. So on this particular vehicle, they wanted the scratches removed. That's why I had to charge extra, because it's like, okay, now I have to pull out extra stuff. It's gonna take me, that's adding on extra time and stuff for me. But yeah, that's when I charge extra. I don't just, out the blue, give them a crazy price. I just, hey, if they want something extra done, I look at it. Oh, if it falls in line, all right, I'll go ahead and knock that out. If it doesn't, then I charge extra for it. It's that simple. But thank y'all for watching. I hope you have had a great